Bubba Wallace just lost his pit crew. Not for one race, not for a slap on the wrist. Two key guys gone, right as the season hits a critical stretch, and Wallace is being forced to rebuild on the fly with strangers wrenching on his car. What happens next could decide his whole summer. Here's the breakdown. NASCAR came down hard on 23X racing this week. Rear tire changer Adam Hartman and Jackman Nathan Ricketts are both sidelined for 2 straight events, sitting out until the Chicagoland race on July 5th. Why? A wheel came loose on Wallace's car during lap 18 at the Coronado race. That's an automatic rulebook violation, and NASCAR doesn't play around with loose wheels. It's a safety issue, plain and simple. Despite that caution and a 2-lap penalty, Wallace still salvaged a second-place finish, his best result of the entire 2026 season. But the fallout from that one mistake is hitting him now at the worst possible time. This isn't just about 2 crew members missing a couple of races, it's about chemistry. A pit crew is basically a 4-second ballet timing. Trust, muscle memory built over dozens of stops together. Swap out 2 pieces of that machine and you're asking brand new guys to perform under stadium lights with 0 rehearsal time. Wallace admitted it himself heading into Sonoma. He simply hasn't had the practice reps with his replacement crew. And it showed. He crashed out in qualifying, a costly mistake that buries him deep in the field before the race even starts. For a driver trying to climb back into form after an inconsistent year, this is brutal timing. Sonoma is a road course which already demands more precision pit strategy than your typical oval. Now he's doing it with a patched-together crew that's still learning each other's rhythm. So let's break down what this actually means strategically. First, the penalty itself. NASCAR suspending crew members instead of just finding the team sends a message. This wasn't viewed as a minor procedural slip. A wheel detaching mid-race is one of the most dangerous failures in the sport. NASCAR is protecting drivers on pit road and on track, and they're not going to be lenient just because a team is chasing points. Second, the ripple effect on performance. Pit crew suspensions are sneaky costly. You don't just lose 2 bodies, you lose continuity. Every stop becomes a gamble. A slow stop, a fumbled tire, a miscommunication on jack timing. Any of that can cost Wallace track position in a race where margins are razor thin. Third, the mental side. Wallace openly said, "It sucks." That's not just frustration talking. That's a driver who knows his championship hopes can swing on execution he can't fully control right now. When you're forced to trust unfamiliar hands on pit road, confidence takes a hit, and confidence is half the battle in this sport. Is this dangerous for 23XI? Somewhat, yes, especially short term, but it's not catastrophic. 2 races is a survivable window if Wallace can manage damage control and lean on smart in-race strategy calls from his crew chief to offset any pit road weaknesses. Expect a split reaction here. A lot of fans will sympathize with Wallace, pointing out he's being penalized through no direct fault of his own, since the wheel issue falls on the crew, not the driver. On the other side, you'll have analysts arguing NASCAR had no choice. Loose wheels have caused serious wrecks before, and letting it slide sets a dangerous precedent. The reaction online is likely going to split between "this is unfair to Bubba" and "rules are rules, safety comes first." Either way, this story has legs. It touches accountability, safety, and a fan-favored driver caught in the middle. Best case scenario, Wallace and his replacement crew find their rhythm fast. He limits damage at Sonoma, the suspensions expire after Chicagoland, and his regular crew returns sharper than ever, motivated to make up for the mistake. He carries that second-place momentum from Coronado into the back half of the season. Worst-case scenario, the inconsistency continues. More mistakes on pit road, more lost track position, and Wallace's season slips further into mediocrity right when he needs to be building a playoff case. A few rough finishes here could be the difference between contending and watching the postseason from the outside. So, here's the real question. Is NASCAR right to suspend the crew over this, or is Bubba Wallace paying the price for somebody else's mistake? Drop your take in the comments. Are the rules too strict, or is NASCAR just protecting drivers the way it should? If you want more honest breakdowns like this one, hit subscribe so you don't miss what happens when 23XI gets their full crew back.